Jason, we're getting close to the postseason, wrapping up the regular season in American Legion Baseball. I know you're probably like I am and many other coaches I've talked with that it's hard to believe we're coming to the end of this season here. But talk to me a little bit about how you think your team is playing right now here in mid-July.
Right now, I think we're starting to finally figure each other out. You know, I'm new to the program. I've been in Level the last 6 years, so it's my first year in Powell. You know, it's taken a little bit. I mean, I know the kids. I live in Powell. I drove back and forth to Level, so I know the kids, but it's taken some time to get used to each other, the way I coach and what they're able to do, what they're capable of doing. So we're getting it figured out, though.
What do you think the strengths and positives of the ball club are right now?
Be honest, I think we play good defense, we pitch well, and we hit well. I mean, that's what we've worked on all year, is to be consistent at all three of those phases. But right now I feel like we're swinging it pretty good. Our pitchers, I'm deep with pitching. I feel like we can go a long way with the guys we got. Defensively, we'll have an error or two here and there, but for the most part, we play pretty clean baseball.
Do you have any concerns right now as you get ready for your final conference games and district tournaments?
I don't. I feel really confident where we're at right now. I mean, we played a tough preseason schedule. Early on, we started April 9th. We were one of the first teams to get going. We've played a lot of games. Played some really good teams in Montana, played a few AA teams in Wyoming, so I feel like we're right where we want to be, honestly.
Talk a little bit about your team. It seems like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that you got a little bit of a mix of veterans and youth. Do you have guys that have surprised you at all?
No, not really, but we're young. I had two seniors to start the year. One blew his ACL early. The other one is a good kid, great kid. But he's a basketball player, soccer player. So I didn't see him until the beginning of June. But the rest of my team are all sophomores. We're young. I had a junior I have a couple juniors. Actually, I have two juniors. One of them tore his ACL, or it's not his ACL, sorry. Broke his arm diving for a baseball in late June, so we lost him. So really, my whole team's basically sophomores.
Oh, wow. Okay. So with
we're actually pretty young. But on the same hand, these sophomores have been playing at the A level for the last 2 or 3 years. They got brought up young. So, you can say we're young, or you can say we're
veteran.
I don't know. So you were right. There is kind of a mix there, but it wasn't exactly the mix you were talking about.
Yeah. Well, and I was talking about guys like Queen and Stenerson and Brock Johnson. Those guys have been in the program a little bit.
Yeah. Like I said, they've been starters for, I think, 3 years. I mean, this is their third year at the A level. I said, they got brought up early, and they're veterans, but yet they're still 16-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They've only been driving for a year to practice. They're young. I mean, they really are. They'll still do some young player type things every now and again. But for the most part, they don't. I mean, they're pretty strong, level-headed, good baseball players. You know what I mean? They don't get too high. They don't get too low. They've been through the grind. They get it. And I think that helps. We brought up, probably added 6. I think we lost 5 seniors from last year's team, and I think we brought up 6 B kids this year. So we're a mix of, those 4 guys you talked about, the Stenersons, the Brock Johnsons, the Cade. And then we got those younger 16-year-olds that are –
So really young guys.
Yeah, that haven't played at this level. But, I think we're 28-19. We've won a lot of baseball games. We've lost some too. But, you play that type of schedule, it's going to happen. We knew that going into it, and I don't think it's hurt them by any means. I think it's made them stronger. So, yeah, we're just looking forward to postseason.
Yeah, what are some of your keys? I'm not asking for your game plan or what it's going to take to beat this team or that team. What are some of the biggest things that you need to see from your team to be successful and play at a consistently high level, especially going into district tournament, because you gotta go through that to qualify for state?
I think it's like every team. You have to play clean baseball. You have to swing it. You have to play good defense, and your pitcher's got to pitch and you got to put it all together at one time. You can't have, like, we've gotten away with it this year where one game we'll pitch really well, we'll hit really well, but we'll have 5 errors. You know what I mean? And so we've got to put it together, all those 3 aspects, and make a run. That's how I feel. But
what
I
are your
think
thoughts?
that's for everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody,
Yeah, I got you. What are your thoughts on A-ball overall right now, and just kind of the way the state stacks up, given the fact I know that you just saw some of the teams from the other side this past weekend?
Yeah, and we haven't seen Cheyenne. We haven't seen Casper, so I don't really know a lot about them. I follow them on Wyopreps. Thank you. But for the most part, I think we stack up with that other side as far as I can see. I know they kind of beat each other up. We kind of beat each other up here. Especially Cody and Powell or Lovell. Sorry, see, I forget where I'm at sometimes. But up here in the basin, we don't get that. We don't travel into Wyoming as much as and play those teams like everybody else. We stay up in Montana. It's closer. Billings is 90 miles away, so Laurel's right there. So we usually play in a lot of tournaments up north, and it was fun. I honestly would have liked to seen Casper and Cheyenne at that bowling tournament this weekend. Would have been nice, but
yeah. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate the brief time. Best luck at districts. Hopefully you make state close by. But thanks so much for your time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it. Thanks.